Uh-oh, Bulls and Bears, hey, they want to lower the speed limit down from 70 to 55. Hey everybody, watching Bull Boom Bear Bust. In the midst of an energy crisis is what it's being called. They're talking about, and I say they were talking about the IEA, the International Energy Agency. They're talking about us consumers here in the US and other Western countries making major lifestyle changes to cut back on the consumption of fuel and therefore oil. And one of the things they're talking about is lowering the speed limit down to 55. Now, they actually did this in the 70s when there was the big inflationary event that happened with energy prices and more, what many people call the energy shock, where they lowered the speed limit, went back up to 70 miles an hour. Now they're talking again about lowering it back down to 55. This is not a joke. Let's take a look at some of the measures that they have put forth. Now, this came out recently on their site here, actually just a few days ago. Emergency measures can quickly cut global oil demand by 2.7 million barrels a day, reducing the risk of damaging supply crunch. Now, wow, that's some pretty lofty goals as far as cutting 2.7 million barrels a day. Now, of course, they're blaming this all on the invasion, what's happening over in Eastern Europe. Now, here is an outline of some of the things they're talking about. Reduce speed limits on highways by at least 10 miles an hour. So at minimum, they want to reduce it from 70 to 60, and it's at least, so of course, who knows, it could be 55, it could be 50. And the impact is what they're saying, it's going to save about 290,000 barrels a day of oil. So that's where you get the KBD abbreviation that stands for thousands of barrels per day. So 290,000 barrels of oil per day from cars and additional 140,000 barrels per day from trucks. And I don't know about you, but I think that old song, I Can't Drive 55, that old rock song from the 80s, is going to make a big comeback if they drop the speed limit back down to 60, 55, or even lower. And you're also going to see a lot of people getting speeding tickets now. And I know those traffic patrol officers are going to be on the prowl if something like that happens. They're also saying work from home up to 3 days a week where possible. We talked about that a few reports ago, how the president was out there encouraging companies to bring people back into the office so they can bring business back to downtown areas. Well, we talked in that video about how people are saving a lot of money working at home, not having to spend money to dine out or go out to eat. Not having to commute, and now that actually would be better for the green movement and less pollution, the more people working from home. So now the IEA is out there basically contradicting what the president's been talking about. Here's more what they're talking about here. Car-free Sundays in cities. So no driving for everyone in the city on Sundays. They're going to save about 380,000 barrels a day. One Sunday a month, 95,000 barrels a day. Imagine everyone in the city carrying their groceries for blocks and blocks back home. The more you read into these, a lot of these sound just really, really absurd. Make the use of public transport cheaper and incentivize micro mobility, walking and cycling. So try to tell that one to a family of 5 that's got 2 or 3 kids, and tell them to take their kids on a bike somewhere. And there's more. We'll go ahead and link to the article. So alternate private car access to roads in large cities, increase car sharing, so more carpooling. Well, they already kind of do that now. They incentivize people in the carpool lanes or to use the carpool lanes that have 2 or more people in the car. There's more using high-speed night trains instead of planes. Well, guess what? The CEOs and the elites, do you think they're going to cut down on their usage of planes? Well, no, they're going to still be using their private planes while telling all of us that we need to fly less and take the bike to the grocery store. Another one, avoid business air travel where alternative options exist. Again, the people that are implementing these rules, they will still be taking their planes and they'll still be burning the oil. And of course, you know, they had to put this in there, reinforce the adoption of electric and more efficient vehicles. That all sounds good until the power grid is the next one, the next shoe to drop. When we start seeing more rolling blackouts, and it's not some crazy theory. We've already had rolling blackouts here in California, and it even takes fossil fuels to generate electricity when you look into the source of how electricity is generated. All right, so what do we think about this, folks? The IEA wants us, consumers, to make major lifestyle changes and driving changes to save gas. Please let me know what you think down in comments. 1, will it happen? Will they do it? And 2, if they do it, will it really make a difference? And will people abide by these rules? Or are people just going to ignore it and continue to drive 70 miles an hour and faster? Will you ignore it? Please let me know down below. Thanks everybody for being here. Ride the bull, prepare for the bear. Bye for now. Peace.